Hello everybody. Today my topic is about Covey's time matrix, introduction and implementation. Most of you might have heard about 7 habits of highly effective people from Stephen Covey. I'll just give a touch base on it, and in this 7 habits book, this is the book which is regarded as a highly successful book in a millennium, and it's a most influential book, a bestseller, where the author Stephen Covey he talks about 7 habits. If any person has these 7 habits, he will be an effective person. Let's look at these 7 habits. The first 3 habits is be proactive, begin with the end in the mind, and put first thing first. Well, I'm not going to explain about the 7 habits because that's not what my agenda today. My agenda is only to take one particular part of this book, and which is coming from habit number 3, put first thing first. Then habit 4, 5 and 6, that's think win-win. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Synergize. Habit 7 is sharpen the saw. What he says, when we are born, we are dependent. First, from dependent, we become the independent. And from independent, we become interdependent. We live in a society, we live in a world. We cannot live independently. We have to be interdependent on each other. If we want to be really effective, these first 3 habits help us to get from dependent to independent, and that's a private victory on our own. Whereas the next 3 habits is a public victory which will make us effective from dependency to interdependency. And seventh habit, sharpen the saw, that's a renewal of the 6 habits. That's a daily practice. So when we get into this book, this is a very nice concept he has brought into time management, and that's called Covey's time matrix. So this Covey's time matrix is basically used in many time management training and time management modules. It's very simple. Suppose, like, whatever task we do during the day or whatever task we have in hand, just classify into 2 categories, urgent and important. How we say, okay, this is urgent and not urgent, urgent, not urgent, and then further reclassify this into urgent, important and not important. So we get 4 quadrants. The quadrant 1 is this one, which is urgent and important. Quadrant 2 is not urgent but important. Quadrant 3 is not important but urgent, and quadrant 4 is not urgent and not important. So what is it? Look at this thing. When we talk about urgent and important, we are talking only about the crisis. We are talking about the pressing problem. We are talking about deadline driven projects, meetings preparation, where immediate attention is needed. We need to attend it now by keeping everything else aside. Whereas quadrant 2, which is important but it's not urgent, we are basically talking about tomorrow. We are talking about future. We are talking about preparations, preventions, the value clarifications, planning, relationship building, true recreation and empowerment. We are not working for today, we are working for tomorrow. It's really important in our life, but it's not urgent. We take our time, we prepare it properly, we plan it properly, and then we work. The third quadrant, which is urgent but not important, which is actually a waste of time. We have to leave everything and attend to it. Maybe suddenly some phone call comes, maybe some email, some reports, some meetings, which is actually not important for us. But we have to attend it immediately. That's urgent. And fourth one is not urgent and not important, which just a trivia kind of work, busy work, some phone call, some time wasters, excuses, TV, those kind of things. Basically, if we say where do we do maximum of work? Suppose if you are doing our work in quadrant 4, maybe anytime we will get fired from the job. So the aim is to be effective. The aim is focus on upper part. Focus on the important thing, not on the bottom part. And that's what importance versus urgency. Our effective management is putting first thing first. Urgent matters, they are visible. Not urgent matters, not visible. But that's very important. Important matters contribute to our mission of life. And if we are really want to be effective, you have to understand the effective people stay out of this. They concentrate only on important matters. So this time matrix has two axes, one for important and one for urgent. All the tasks what is assigned is classified into these 4 quadrants. And the effective people just stay out of these 2. The goal is get out of this, focus on quadrant 2, which is very much important. It's not urgent. Just delete this task, purge the tasks that are neither important nor urgent, defer which is not important but urgent. Try to avoid letting important become urgent and work as much as possible on quadrant 2. But yes, of course, when we are working on this as much as possible, we will always have some part remaining here. And we have to try to reduce it further and further. And that is what a Stephen Covey's time matrix, and which is known as Covey's time matrix. Very nice. But how do we implement this? If you have to implement this from here, we know this is the best focus area, and from habit 3 we have to go back to habit 1. And when we go back to habit 1, the same kind of matrix we can prepare based on what is the influence we are having on our task and what is the effort level we can give to this task. And that is where comes the next matrix. But before I explain this matrix, we need to understand what is the circle of influence and what is the circle of concerns. Let's look at this. The habit 1, it says be proactive. So what is proactive? Many people think that proactive means taking the initiative. But actually being proactive does not mean taking initiative. It is a simple thing. It says being proactive means to take the control and responsibility of our own life. A concept is only we are responsible for our life, nobody else. And proactive people understand that they are responsible for their own happiness and unhappiness. They don't blame others. They don't blame the circumstances. They don't blame the situation for their actions and for their feelings. So the first thing, the first habit says be proactive. Unless we practice the first habit, we cannot go to second, we cannot go to third. And the mistake many people do is that they get this time matrix from some of the time management training or maybe from the net. They download it and they say, oh wow, very good. I can classify my task into 4 quadrants, and then okay, this quadrant 4 is gone, quadrant 3 is gone, reduce quadrant 1 and expand quadrant 2. Very nice. But we fail if we do not know what is this being proactive. We do not know because we don't know how to focus on quadrant 2. So what is the circle of influence? It's very simple. Let's see, a lot of things are happening around us on daily basis. Let's try to classify these things, the things which we can control and things which we can't control, and things which we are concerned and things which we are not concerned. So whatever the things which are not concerning to us, let's forget it. Suppose I'm coming to office in the morning, and when I come out of my building, suddenly I see on the road one bus just crossed me or one bus overtakes me. I don't know who are the passengers in those bus. I don't know where that bus is going. I don't know who is driving that bus, who is the driver. I'm not concerned about it. Those are the things which is totally out of my circle of concern. The things which concerns me are into my circle of concern. And when I know what are the things that concerns me, I need to understand what are the things I can control over this. More the things which we can control, which are concerning to us, more effective we are. And less is this things which we can control, less effective we are. And that is why this is called circle of influence. So we have to focus on the things which we can change or influence. In short, we have to improve our circle of influence. What are the things which we can't control? Maybe other people, maybe the weather. In the morning suddenly it's cloudy. I cannot control it. But definitely I'm concerned about it. Things we do wrong in past. How other people are treating us. Maybe some homework. And the things which we can control or change is maybe my attitude. We can control our mood. We can control our reactions to the good and bad things that is happening around us. We can also control how we are treating the other people. So can you just think of other examples in your life? You will understand what is this circle of influence. So in short, like if you want to summarize this, being proactive, that's of habit 1, and it says that human beings are responsible for their own lives. That is what is the proactivity defined. For every stimuli there is a response. So what reactive people do, they just keep on responding to the situations. And proactive people, they concentrate on what we care about. So proactive people are driven by carefully considered, selected and internalized values, where reactives are driven by feelings, circumstances, conditions and the environment. So when we talk about the circle of influence, in case of reactive persons, the circle of influence reduces because they only complain and they are reactive. They don't take control of the things which they are concerning them. And proactive people take the control of the things which concerns them. So we have to be proactive first. And once we are proactive, our circle of influence expands. So coming back to the time matrix, when we focus on this quadrant 2, just all these activities, you reclassify what are the activities falling into circle of influence and what are the activities falling out of circle of influence but concerning us within circle of concern. Then reclassify these activities based on the effort level is required. Maybe the doable is less efforts, easy, and these are the difficult. So all those activities which is within our circle of influence and we do not need to give more efforts, it's a proactive approach. More of this, better is the life. But if certain things are there which is definitely concerning us, but effort level is really difficult. We need to really stabilize and regulate those activities. Coming back to quadrant 2 here, certain things is not under our control. Concerns and effort level is less. Try to grab the control over it and expand the circle of influence. Try to bring the things over here. And the things where our circle of concern is there and difficult level, maybe some kind of loss. Best example, yeah, best example is maybe this corona time. Definitely it's concerning us. Our effort level is extremely difficult because we don't know, nobody can see the corona. In those cases, we have to adapt to the condition, using the mask, washing the hands, using the sanitizers, everything. So if I go to summarize this, in the time matrix, it's a urgency versus importance. Whatever is not important, forget it. Try to minimize. Whatever is important but urgent, reduce it. Expand, concentrate on quadrant 2. And then focusing on this, reclassify based on the circle of influence, circle of concern, and the effort level of difficulty and easy, and focus on quadrant 1. We try to be more proactive. Expand the circle of influence, and where the effort level is difficult, stabilize and regulate or adapt to the conditions. Please subscribe to my channels, and if you like it, please like and share it. And if you have any questions, please write into the comment box. Thank you very much.